Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear cadets, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I welcome you to this online class warmly. This is your teacher, you already know about me. I am Muhammad Jahangir Hosan Patwary, lecturer in this Department of Islamic Studies. I will be helping you learn today about Islam and moral education. Before we go into our main class, I would like to take you to this one. Boys, I hope you are staying well and you are getting well and you are doing fine in this dangerous epidemic and pandemic situation. But still, I would like to draw your attention to these things. Please maintain these strictly, and I hope you continue to do these things. Wash your hands wherever you may be. 3 things are enough to stay safe in this pandemic situation. If you continue washing your hands all the time, after at daily intervals, maybe after every 30 minutes, it depends upon the situation and the condition you are living in. Hand sanitizer must be used, or soap must be used while washing your hands. Secondly, take a shower all the time, every day, whenever and however it is necessary for you. Also, keep your hands, mouth, hair, teeth, everything clean. And drink plenty of water, liquids every day. Islam means cleanliness. Islam is a religion of cleanliness. So please observe cleanliness all the time to save yourselves, to save your family against this deadly COVID-19. Let's enter into the topic directly without any more delay. Before we commence the lesson, I want to have your attention to the previous lessons. That is, in the last lesson we learned about these things, akhlaq-e-dhamima and its disadvantages. You came to know from that class that akhlaq-e-dhamima is the bad characters, all the bad things that a man by nature can have. So this is akhlaq-dhamima. And also you know the consequences of akhlaq-dhamima. Anyone involves or indulges himself or herself in akhlaq-dhamima, he or she will have to face its consequence on the day of judgment. Then we came across cheating, ghibah, slander and their consequences. Okay, so these things are very important because you know we are all involved. We are all involved in backbiting, in slandering, in doing bad things. You know, whenever we have no time or we have time, we have nothing to do, we always start backbiting people, which is compared to eating the flesh of dead brother. And we came to know about those things in our last lesson. Now, this is the today's topic. This is obviously class 9, class 10. Also, this book is from class 9 and 10, you know. And chapter 4 and lessons 19 and 20. The names of the topics: jealousy and fitna and fasad. These 2 terms are very well known to you. In the previous classes, you also read about this, but this time it will be with more elaboration, more informative, much more informative, inshallah. What are the learning objectives? What are the purpose? Why we want to discuss these things today? These are the reasons of today's lessons. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to know what jealousy and fitna fasad are. And we know the first level, it is knowledge and comprehension level question. We will be discussing what is jealousy, what are fitna and fasad, and we will be explaining a little bit. Then the two stages are application and hireability. These two levels of question will be covered by the later two outcomes. You will be able to explain what will happen to someone if anyone is found guilty of jealousy and fitna fasad. And lastly, Islamic regulation on jealousy, fitna and fasad. How to avoid jealousy, how to avoid fitna and fasad, what should be done to protect myself and our society against such heinous activities, and how to help people stay away from this. What will be its teachings? What will be its good results, fruits, if I avoid doing these bad things? So these are the learning outcomes we shall be trying our level best to focus and to learn about. Let's move on to the next. Jealousy. The word jealousy is equivalent Arabic word described in the Quran and Hadith is hasad. Hasadun. Hasad means jealousy. It also means envy, malice. Jealousy and envy, these are all synonymous words, or they can be interchanged. Jealousy, what does jealousy mean? What is jealousy? Knowledge level question. Jealousy, it means envy. It means malice. But if you want to elaborate more, jealousy is the feeling of a person who does not feel good at the goodness of other people. In other words, a jealous person burns with hatred when she or he sees another person's happiness and success. This is what jealousy is, or envy is. What are the evil consequences? What are the evil consequences of jealousy? Boys, you know, jealousy and envy are amongst the most destructive forms of feelings that a man might have. It is the most dangerous emotion. It destroys relationship. A jealous person, he always feels happy when someone is in trouble. He enjoys watching people in trouble. He wants always that calamities, unhappiness, sadness befalls upon people. He wishes misfortune, misery to others. So as a result, this will lead him to hatred. Though a jealous person may sometimes harm others, but he will always harm himself. So jealousy is despised in Islam. Muslims must try his or her best to avoid jealousy as much as possible. Describing its consequences, the Prophet ﷺ has informed us in one authentic hadith that is collected by Imam Abu Daud in his Sunan Abi Daud, and it is narrated in that hadith this way. The Prophet ﷺ has said, "Iyyakum wal hasada." Be aware of jealousy and envy. Save yourself from jealousy. Why? How? Why should I avoid it? The Prophet ﷺ now is explaining it to us. He said, Innal hasada ya'kulul hasanat kama ta'kulun narul hataba. Surely, verily, jealousy eats up and takes away good things, good actions, just as fire eats up and burns dry wood. The Prophet ﷺ has compared jealousy with fire burning up dry wood. How heinous the consequence will be in the next life, also in this life. So we must avoid. Jealousy is so dangerous that Allah revealed a surah of the Holy Quran to help us to protect against those who envy us, who are jealous of people. Allah saying in the Holy Quran, and you all recite this surah, Surah Al-Falaq. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ وَمِنْ شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ وَمِنْ شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ وَمِنْ شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. What a beautiful surah! What a beautiful prescription from our Almighty Lord. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gave us solution to the people, jealous people. How to get rid of the jealousy? By spiritual tonic, by spiritual solution. You will recite this surah and you will ask Allah to protect you from the people who envy you. By saying وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدٍ, meaning, and from the envier, and from the envious people who envy us. So this is the evil consequences in short according to your textbook. Now let's go to the next topic. What is the Islamic solution? What is the Islamic solution to get rid of jealousy and envy, malice? Malice is the motive of the jealous person that springs from his heart. He cannot endure. He cannot endure the goodness of other people. Maybe someone is more brilliant than you. Maybe someone has got GPA 5 with golden. You didn't get. Now you are being jealous. Someone has more wealth. Someone has good position. Why should I be jealous of? Who gave him all these qualities and things? Can you imagine? Can you think? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask Allah to give you as well. Why should we envy other people? So this is the thing you can, if you feel, then you will not be inshallah envious and jealous. That Allah gave him. Why should I envious of someone or something that is given to him or her by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I can also ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is one of the great remedy to get rid. You ask Allah. Okay, we should not be jealous inshallah. There are various ways to get rid of jealousy. Second way, how can I get rid of jealousy? How can I come out of this heinous act? Secondly, you have to be satisfied and content with what Allah has given you. The possessions that Allah has bestowed upon you. If you are happy, if you are content with what Allah has given you, inshallah you will not be jealous. And thirdly, what you have to do is to look at those people who are lower than you. Not to look at the people who are higher than you. The Prophet ﷺ in this Sahih Hadith, authentic Hadith, He told us that look at those who are less fortunate than you. Do not look at those who are more fortunate than you. This is better suited in the sense that you will not inappropriate the blessings that Allah has bestowed upon you. Did you see how nicely Prophet ﷺ gave us remedy? So these are the remedies. If you adapt, if you try your level best, then you will be able, inshallah, to come over this bad character of akhlaq or akhlaq zamima. And finally, to conclude the jealousy, Islam is very much concerned about removing negative emotions from society, from people, so as to bring about peace and harmony in the society. That is the conclusion of the topic jealousy. Now let's go on to the next. Fitna and Fasad. This fitna and fasad, please listen carefully and please give me your mind, heart and brain, everything. There are two words, but these two words in one phrase in Arabic language. Fitna and fasad. Although linguistically there are some literal differences in their words and dictionary meanings, practically or terminologically they are almost the same. That means these two words can be exchanged. They are interchangeable. Their overall meaning is the same. But still, let me tell you some linguistic differences of fitna and fasad. Fitna, first tell me about fitna. Fitna means trials, tests, tribulations, calamities, affliction, polytheism, or to disbelieve after one has believed in Allah. Fitna also means indiscipline, boys. Indiscipline. Creating indiscipline in the discipline system. There is something completely disciplined. Now I am trying to make indiscipline in it. This is fitna. Fitna is very, very, very harmful for the human society. I will be elaborating this later on. Coming back to fasad. Fasad means disorder, to collapse something, to close down something. Fasad also means oppression, tyranny, corruption, spreading corruption. So these are the two linguistic differences or meanings, but in terminology they are the same. So fitna and fasad, these were your knowledge level question. Now I am giving you the comprehension. How will you explain it? Comprehension level. Number 2, we were surface learning, now we are moving to deep learning. Fitna and fasad, which means creating enmity among people, creating disorder in the society. Fitna and fasad lead to hatred, enmity, and it might lead to all war as well. Fitna and fasad will cause people to suffer in society. So these are all about fitna and fasad at this 2 level, knowledge and comprehension. Now let's go to application and higher order level. What are the bad effects? Fitna and fasad. What are the bad effects of the fitna and fasad? You know, in the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared fitna to be worse than killing. And you know the verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, Al-fitnatu ashaddu min al-qatli, that fitna and fasad is worse much worse than killing. Why did Allah, how did Allah compare it with being worse than killing? I'm giving you an example. For example, in our country, there is now completely political stability is going on. There is no political instability in the country. Now, if someone try to spoil this stability, then that will be fasad. That will be fitna. There is peaceful situation is going on, and there are some, there are always some mob, bad people. Now they want to destroy destroy it. So they will be creating mischief. These are the fasad. I'm giving another example. We are supposed to take good food to stay healthy. Now, there are dishonest business persons who are doing adulteration in food. They are mixing bad things with good things. So they are doing fasad. In Arabic, there is a linguistically Arabic people like say that the food has been fasad. That means the food has been spoiled. So fasad has a very large and wider meaning, fitna and fasad. Both are meant to indicate to larger meaning. So this is worse, that is why this is worse than killing. Now have a look in this. What is the Islamic solution? Now we will be analyzing, evaluating Islamic solution to these problems. Allah in the Holy Quran has warned those who create mischief in the world by saying, وَلَا تَبْغِ الْفَسَادَ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُفْسِدِينَ. And do not seek mischief in the land. Certainly Allah does not like those who are mufsidun. Who are the mufsidun? Criminals. Mufsidun are those people who commit great sins. Corruptors. People have gone corrupted nowadays. Excuse me. So these are the corrupted people. There have been so much corruption. Also spreading rumor, misinformation is also part of fasad. Nowadays there is spread of misinformation online, on social media. This will also come under the category of fasad. Allah said, don't misspread or don't spread misinformation. It is also an act of fasad and fitna. So Allah said, do not, seek not mischief in the land, because Allah does not love those who do this. Also those people who are oppressing, tyranny, they will also come under fitna and fasad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also saying in the Holy Quran how to solve this problem. Allah saying in the Holy Quran, and do not do mischief on the earth. And do not do mischief on the earth, because surely Allah does not like the strife mongers. And do not do mischief on the earth. Allah does not like and love those who make or who do mischief on the land. So these are the solution given by Allah from the Holy Quran. The Prophet ﷺ has warned us from creating mischief. He always told us to remain united, because it destroys the unity in the society. People will start hating each other. That is why this is the mischief or heinous character. This is the heinous character, because those people who are spreading fitna and fasad, their motive, their purpose, they have always ill motivation, ill purpose. So we must get rid of this by Islamic solution, and Allah will help us, inshallah. Now, I want to give you the opportunity to ask me question if you did not understand anything. Right now, at the moment, I am available online. You can put your question in the comment box and message it to me. I will be readily answering your question as it should be. This is the homework I want to give you, and it is the level of comprehension. This is a comprehension level question. You will briefly explaining, briefly elaborating or illustrating what is meant by fitna and fasad. And I hope you will do it, inshallah, and give it to me or hand in on Saturday, inshallah. And how to do it? Before you give in online, you just write down in your copy, scan it, then you give in online. Inshallah, I will be checking it and give it to you back within the shortest possible time, inshallah. Okay, boys, next lessons. These are the next lesson. And indolence and riba and bribery. I don't have to tell you about these things right now, but I want you to read about these two topics before our next class, so that you can have a better preparation. You can ask me question to the point. And lastly, thanks so much to you. And before I end this class, before I go off, I want to remind you once again, stay safe, stay home, stay healthy. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.